All right, we are in the California Ultimate Tournament. We're in the weekend round of the rookie division. We're on the back nine. I got almost all of it done on the front. My goal is to shoot a 34 or better, and that's not going to, I have no expectation of that getting me to the top. But there's several of these holes that I'm just not getting, they're not going in for me this week. But I'm on track for that, but I really would have liked to have gotten an 18 on the front, because I have no idea what's at the top, but I'm expecting some massive monster score. I'm sure there's something big at the top. Now, I did check this bracket pretty early in the morning on Saturday, and there was a bunch of people ahead of me, but the highest, I think there was most of the people up at the top, I think it was just 32, so we'll see. I still have a ton, and I mean a ton of work to get done. But we'll see if I can get any luck on the back. Maybe set my bag up. What am I doing here? Marglin. Where is a Marlin? Marlin. I want to take my number 1 bag with the extra mile in it. I do have a club card trading I can do as well. Let's knock that out. I'm hoping that I get 3 crappy clubs and one of them is a castaway, so I'm only 1 card away from maxing it out, and so I can take it out of the queue. No dice. What am I working on here? I'm working on these cards here, it doesn't matter whether they get maxed out or not. They're not going to go in the bag, but I'm trying to get the ones that are closest to 400 so I can get them out of the queue. Out of the queue. All right, here we go. Hole number 1, let's go look at it. Let's make sure I got it firmly in my mind. Now, on the front, I traditionally have been doing a plus 10 here, and I've always done a plus 10 here, so I haven't questioned that. But on the front, the wind was blowing this direction, and I didn't want to over pull it, so I just did the wind divided by 2.1, and where I came through, and I usually leave myself 2 rings of separation out here, and I left myself 2 1/4. So I was a little bit more that way, and I didn't take out the extra wind, and so I landed here, and when I came through, I went through this rough area, and I ended up here in the fairway and was able to make my pitch, but I would rather be on. So this time I'm going to set up 2 rings, my original just 2 rings off, and I'm going to add on the 10%. Let's try and stick with the damn game plan and follow your notes. 1.1 times the wind divided by 2.1. Marglin, extra mile. Which way's the wind blowing? All right. 5 topspin. No more than 5. Maybe 4 3/4. 4 3/4 might be good. Might be right. We'll find out. We're going to find out the hard way. And I'm setting myself up for failure here, but this is definitely a hole. We need to make this hole. I mean, this sets up the round. So I mean, there's low-hanging fruit, and this fruit is on the ground. It has an attendant holding it out, and all you have to do is go pick it up. 3.1, 1.62 rings, 2 rings separation. 3, 4. And slightly less than 5. 1.62 rings. 1.62. Max overpower hook. I think I got it all, but that didn't look right coming off. Whew, man. I like where it ended up, but man, that was scary as hell. It looked like it was going, it didn't look like it had the curl to it, and it was just going to end up in the sand down here. That was not the look I was looking for. That's why I moved out, because it did that to me in the opening round, and that's why I moved out 2 1/4 rings, because I wanted to get a little bit more separation, but no. You can do it this way. You used to not be able to do it this way because there was a row of trees over there and you couldn't set it up like that. There was trees all the way there. And so if you wanted to do it, you had to set your shot up and then you had to put curl on it to bring it around the trees. It was difficult. All right, we're still not out of the woods. We still got work to do. My opponent came close to a hole-in-one. Close. Nice. Nice shot. Nice shot, my man. Very nice. Wow, I was able to, I put that topspin on there and I was able to get it to 0 side spin. I've been having difficulty, like once you start putting the side spin, since they came out with the new ticks there, I've had a hard time getting it back to 0 if you want to do a 0 side spin shot. I'm really not, I like the fact that we can now get all of our topspin and all of our side spin, but I still like, I don't understand the difficulty in having 10 ticks. We have 10 side spins, so each side spin represents 1. I don't understand what the problem is. Instead of 9, I talked about this on the video on the front, but I don't understand that. We have 9 ticks of topspin, but there should be 10, and there should be 10 ticks of side spin. That way it matches up. Just saying. All right, I haven't had any luck on this hole this week. I haven't had any luck really on the par 3s. I think I've made 1 hole-in-one, and these are super hole-in-oneable holes. I haven't, the problem is I haven't worked on them enough. So that's the deal. That is the deal. So I'm just going to take the shot. What do I need here? I'm going to use a quasar. I don't know that I need a quasar though. I could take a, I think I can take a, just a navigator. Cut the wind down just a titch. Got a grizzly. Here we go. I tried on the front. I practiced this on the front and did a couple of things, but I don't know. It's like it wants you to roll it down the hill. I have no clue. The Oregon ducks, excellent. They're right down the road from where I live. I am a duck. Man, no pun, no funny about it. My wife is a beaver. The Oregon State. And an owl. I'm an owl and a duck. See if my opponent can, well, I have hit a hole-in-one this week, and I did it exactly with what my opponent did right there. I hit it great to the right. Here we go. Getting out on the course. There's Max. There's Min. There's Mid. Mid. Mid club, 2.5. I'm going to do 2.9 rings. I'm going to do 3. What the heck? Hitting it perfect. a bit outside. Came in a little bit too fast. There's a break right at the very bottom, and it was coming in a little too fast and moved through the break. Dang it. If I'd have did 2.9 there, that probably would have went in. Over pulled it. Look at that. Didn't trust my calculator. Dag nabbit. Into hole. All right, hole number 3. I got this on the front. I got all of the Albies on the front. All 3 of them. I was on a roll. But this one right here is the one. This is the one. Let me look at it. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right hole. But this is of the Albies that are in this course, the par 5s that are in this course, this one right here, I have made a lot of shots on this hole, and I want to keep that streak up. Looking for a power 6. I think I had to use. I didn't have any precision balls in the 6, so I had to drop down to a power 4 precision. I used one of these balls right here. And I do 10% on both shots. 10% times the wind divided by 1.2. Whew, deep breaths. All right, here we go. Here we go. Need to hit this second shot perfect. This is one shot at a time. Need to not think about the second shot. Need to focus on the first shot, because we need to get into the right spot, and it's easy to get in trouble here. I want to set this up so I don't have to do any overpower. This ball has 4 side spin, and I have to take that into account. Happy Gilmore goes first. Now Happy likes to just get on one so he doesn't have to do any of the pitch and stuff. I was going to say, if you don't do any curl, that's just going to go into that sand trap. What are you doing? Perfecto. That'll be nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice, my friend. Want to be right around the 400 mark? That's awesome. I'm going to leave that wind in. Hit it one ring great to the left. That shouldn't kill me. That should put me about the same spot, 390, a little bit shorter. Now I had to pull back on the front in order to get into mid club, but I really want to take this at mid. So normally I've been setting up like my mid's been like right here on the fringe, and I had to set up back here on the fairway and run it up and run a little bit of topspin. And my mid thorn is 2.3 per ring, so it's 1.1 times whatever the wind is. And I'm gonna assume that I'm in mid, but I'm gonna wait before I put those numbers in my calculator. Let's see if my opponent can. I'll be real quiet for him. Woo! Get in the hole. Oh! They got robbed. Okay, there's min. There's max. There's mid. I really don't want to do that. I'm going to get up more towards max. It's 2.7 divided by 1.7. It's 1.74 rings. There's 1.5. There's 1.74. Isn't it perfect? I'm glad I had a precision ball. Woo! In the hole! Man, am I glad I had a precision ball, because I hit that thing every bit of one ring great to the right. Jeez. That's the deal. If you hit that shot perfect, it goes in. All right. And I didn't really like where I was at, because here was max and here was mid, and I pushed it forward to try and get closer to max, but I was kind of in the in-between mark. And if I'd had a slider, it probably would have put me at about 2 per ring instead of the 1.7, and that would have been instead of 1.74, it'd have been 1.5. So it's a tricky deal when you're in that spot. So I went with the max number. Whew. Woo! All right, we picked something up. Excellent, excellent. What do we got here? What do we have for hole number 13? My notes say Sniper Marlin. All right, let's see which way the wind's blowing. Okay, we got to do... All right, I was able to, on the front, I switched balls, and I was able to come out it with a Quasar so that I had a little bit more side spin and was able to get enough room to work out the wind. The only other option I have is to bring out a big ass ball so that I can get up here with my, bring out a 4 power ball or even a 5 power ball so that I can get up there with my Grizzly. And I really don't want to do that. And I keep it... I'm trying to decide... Here's my quandary on a hole like this. This area right here, area A, is like this. And so I keep adding on wind. And I keep, when I'm coming out, here's the line to the flagpole, I keep coming out and I'm over here, so I'm under pulling it. Even though, and the deal is I keep adding on more adjustment and I keep coming out right there. So I'm just wondering if instead of adding on some, I should just hit it straight up, because I'm not sure. One of the other the last par 3 in this course is such that if you, let's say the wind was coming from this direction and here's the flagpole, and you end up over here when you're done and you go, wow, I didn't pull it enough. In actuality, you overpulled it, because the spot down here where you're setting it up, if you move just a little bit to the left, it wags the tail to the right. It doesn't pull the tail to the left. If you move it a little bit to the right, it wags the tail to the left. And so if you end up on the left, even though the wind's coming in from the right on this hole, you overpulled it. And I'm just wondering if it's not the same thing here. So I'm going to play this like it's one-on-one, and I'm just going to take a straight up shot and see where it ends up. Just whatever the wind is, I should be in minimum club. Let's think here. I'm going to play it at minimum club. Whatever the wind is divided by 1.2. So whatever the wind is divided by 1.2. I suppose we could practice at one time. Let's practice at one time. Let's practice. I did some practices on these par 3s on the front and wasn't having any success, so I'm trying to make up my shit today on par 4s and par 5s. And I like these par 3s. The first par 3 and the last par 3 especially. I have made a ton of hole-in-ones on the last par 3, but this tournament I haven't. I've hit the flagpole and I've bounced over the hole. But in the rounds I haven't made a single. I've been off on those as well. Practice. I want to make sure it says practice. It says practice. It says practice. Now there is a rough bump here. I don't like these. If that was a flat rough bump, maybe. But the thing I don't like about them is that I'm a big fan of leaving myself 2 rings of separation on stuff. Leaving myself some separation, and that's That's close to those areas that if you hit it great to the left or the right, you miss the rough. And the most important part of a rough bump, say it with me, hitting the rough. The second most important part is getting out of the rough. That is close. Close. Whatever the wind is divided by 1.2. 2. Oh. Let's swap that ball out for a navigator. The wind is 3.3. 2.75 rings. There's my red line. I'll push forward enough to give myself some room. .75 rings. There's 275. Hitting it perfect. Same exact spot. I'm going to take that shot right there, but I'm not going to aim my ball guide at the cup. I'm going to aim my ball guide about this much of a square on the left hand side and see if it rolls out to the cup. That's what I'm going to do. Why not? Let's go with it. Exit. All right, we got the right stuff. Let's play it. Let's play it up. We got it. Let's see if we can get it in the hole. Get in the hole, ball. You can tell that that spot is one of the spots that I was talking about because I tried to move it to the left to get my ball guide to go at the cup, and it was wagging my tail to the right. Rafe goes first. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. Okay, let's watch what they do. First of all, they better give themselves some room to work out wind. There we go. And they eyeballed it. So we have no idea. We have no idea what they did. Now, if it was my shot and I hit it perfect and I did all that, it would still go to the right. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to start my ball off on the left. Yeah, hey, that's what it's been doing to me all week. So, get in line. Get in line. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Bye now. Jeez. .5. And it is 2.91 rings. .91 exactly. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. That is awesome. That is awesome. That's what I'm talking about right there. Can't be good, be lucky. Woo! In the hole. Excellent. All right. I always like to have a week where I get a hole-in-one and I get Albie. So, you know, you don't want to go a week, and you want to get. I've had some hole-in-ones, but they haven't really. I don't think I've had any hole-in-ones in the round. Maybe I did in the qualifying round, but maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. Have I gotten any hole-in-ones? That was, what is it? 2, 3, and 7. 2, 4, and 7. 2, 4, 7. No, I haven't gotten. That's my first one. First one in the round. I've had some in practice, but not in the round. Excellent, excellent. We accomplished 2 of the 3 goals. Third goal is winning a banner. Doesn't have to be a goal. Let's not get greedy. Let's just be up at the top. Definitely want to be in the top 5 so you can recoup some of your balls. All right, all right, all right. Now, here's what I did on the front. I did plus 15 to the cup, plus 0.2. And I did plus 20 on the drive. And I used a big topper and a kingmaker. So let's repeat. Let's do a repeat of that. Big topper. Big topper. Kingmaker. Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. I'm trying to get... I've got some other 666s. I'm trying to weed out of the inventory, so my inventory is not as big. All right, 1.2 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.8 per ring with the big topper. Deep breaths. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the channel, Francine. Team Quebec. Say hi to all my Canadian friends. See if my opponent can get where they want. I got a power 4 ball. I will tell you that you don't need a power 4 ball on this. It doesn't get you any farther because you can't get any farther in that pocket down there. You can get, you're actually pulling back with your extra mile, so it's a waste of a power 4 ball. If you were going to bring out a bigger power ball like that, if you had a lower developed big topper and didn't have all of its distance, you might bring out the power 4 ball to get you up into that pocket. I'm not gonna... Is that the ball? Yeah, that is the ball. That is the ball. I'm right at the red line, and that puts me 2 rings out. 3.9, 2.6, 2.6 rings. Okay, there's the 6. There's the 2. Oh, and hit it great to the right, or great to the left. This is bad. It's not bad here. It's bad right there. That's where it's bad. Oh, that's... Now, from that area right there, you're in grizzly, so you're in long iron. So I'm in my Nirvana range, but man, I really wanted to take that with my grizzly. I've got a good angle on it, so I have a great opportunity right here. So I'm going to do 15%, 1.15 times the wind, divided by 2. I might be a mid club here. Well, there is the mid. No, I'm still going to be in 2 per ring. Plus 0.2. All right. All right. I'll probably be in like 3/4 club. And I play my Nirvana at 2 per ring from max to mid. And then at mid, it's 4. Need to hit this shot perfect. If I hit this shot perfect, it's going in the hole. Okay, there's max. So I am at max. That's awesome. .6, 1.7 rings. There's 1, 5, 6, 7. Oh, hit it 1 ring firing great to the right. Damn it. Arrrrg. I would have loved to have seen what a perfect looked like right there, because that was... Arrrrg. I feel super confident in mine. I don't care. I do not care what the book says. I don't care what the apps say. If you read the Golf Clash Notebook stuff, when it talks about sand wedge and rough iron, they talk about it being a swag. Or it's the serious ass guess. But I've played with my Nirvana since I got it, and my Spitfire since I got them, and the sand wedge and the rough iron, they definitely hit different than any. Your wedge is very similar, but they hit totally different than other clubs because of the range. I shot a video, you can look it up on my channel, put in rough iron adjustments, and the video that's there that talks about it. I actually should reshoot that video, but I shot it a long time ago. In my opinion, it's one of the best videos I ever shot, because it really does explain the difference between those clubs, and that, you know, and I feel super comfortable with them when I hit perfect. Dang it. Dang it. All right. Hole number 15. Put that shit behind you. All right. I did not make this on the front because I ended up in the freaking sand. I ended up in this sand trap, which is not correct because the green's like this and there's open fairway here. This is an old picture. This is the original configuration. And I hit it 2 rings great to the left and ended up in the sand instead of rolling out in front. But we need to hit this right. We need to. We need to. And I'm going to take the same exact bag, and I'm going to take the same exact ball. Pretty sure. I don't think it'll help me to bring out a bigger side spin ball. And I don't really want to waste any of my top spin boost balls trying to get it done. You can get it done. All right, deep breaths. Let me set up an equation here. I've been doing 10% on the drive, 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.8. All right, here we go. One shot at a time. If I hit the drive perfect, I will have put myself in a seriously good spot for eagle. If I do not hit my drive perfect, I'm going to have to hit out of the sand or the rough. Happy Gilmore, welcome to the channel again. Now, Happy would try and get on in one. And my opponent last time did get on in one. They went through the tree. They went underneath the trees. They pulled back enough so that they could get their bounces through the trees right here and ended up right up here on the green in one. Man, I'm not sure pushing the wind back on is the thing because of that freaking those. Somebody go out there and trim this freaking tree. I told everybody in the opening round that my car's out in the parking lot. I've got clippers in the back of the car and the trunk is unlocked. I'm not saying that you should go out there and mutilate that tree, but I'm just saying I've got my clippers in the car. I mean, how much do we have to pay the damn greenskeeper to take care of the green of these trees? Like, what's the deal? Okay, 2.7, 1.65 rings. Okay, there's the 6.5. And there's the 1. And I need to lean just a little. Hitting it perfect. Now if I make it past the low limb in the tree, now do I make it past the sand? Woo! Alright. It's not perfect, but I got a shit ton of work left to do. But at least I got some work to do. And the wind is blowing almost directly behind me, so I mean if I hit this perfect, I'm expecting that it better go in the hole. The way the wind's blowing, I almost might be able to hedge my bet and give myself a grade on one side or the other, but let's not dick around with that. Let's just hit it perfect. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, fuck. Woo! In the hole. Jeez. I was trying to hedge my bet on that side because the wind was blowing. Cups here, the wind was blowing in this direction, and I started off on this side of the flagpole, so if the wind was blowing, it'd blow me to the other side, and a perfect would have came in right there, and a great might come in on the left. Anything on the right would miss. But I was so close right there that, woo, if you cannot be good, be lucky. And that is a prime example right there. Right there. All right, we got 3 holes left, and I'm sure that there are some monster scores up at the top. So I'm just looking. I'd like to get a top 5 right here. Preferably not a 4th. I have enough 4ths. Hole number 16. Okay, this is the par 3 that I was talking about earlier, where, and I'm going to practice this hole because this is one of those nails where you're down in this spot right here, and if you move so you set it up to the cup, and then you're trying to do that little micro adjustment, and so what you do is instead of trying to do it with your spin on the ball, you actually move it here. And so you move it to the left, and the tail wags to the right. And then you move it to the right, and the tail wags to the left. So if you over pull it, you'll end up, like if the wind was on the front, the wind was going in this direction. So I ended up on this side. So you would think, well, you didn't pull it enough. No, I over pulled it, because when I pulled it this direction, the more you pull it to the right, the more it's going to go to the left. And so I over pulled it. I'm going to practice it once, just one time. You're getting bonus content here. Not everybody who streams and gives you content gives you this kind of bonus content. Set the bag up. I want to make sure I got a bag with a sniper and a marlin. Now on the front, I decided that I'd been adding wind on, and that was the wrong thing. So I'm taking wind off. So I'm going to do a 0.9. I'm trying to think here. 0.9 times the wind. And I'm in max club, so it's whatever the wind is. It's 0.9 times the wind. Okay. All right, let's practice. Let's practice it one time. Let's see if I can just get right there. So the way that the wind's blowing here, the wind's blowing the same way. If I end up on the right, I didn't pull it enough. If I end up on the left, I over pulled it. Even though the wind's blowing from the right to the left, that's just how it works because of that spot. There's several of the par 3s in the game that I can think of that are like that, where you get into that spot. So it's 3.8. It's 3.42 rings. I'm going to do 3.4. I am going right at the cup. 3.4 rings. Okay, there's 3, 4. Isn't it perfect? And that was still an overpull. Still an overpull. I know I'm in max club there. Pretty close. Divided by 1.1. I'm going to play it at mid club. That's the first, they're the first person I've seen do the rough bump from the left-hand side this week. I've seen several people do the rough bump from the right, but I actually don't know that I've actually tried. I think maybe I did try the rough bump on the right, but I think the rough bump on the left, you get a little bit more separation from the transition. I don't really like the rough bumps here, but on this hole, I've had a lot of success just driving it up through the gut, but you definitely got to get it all worked out. All right, I'm making this right here, right now. The only thing I'm going to change there is I'm going to play it at mid club instead of max, and mid club's 1.1. But I'm still going to take off 10%. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can get double hole-in-ones on the back. Maybe. I suppose if I spent a whole bunch of practice though, because that's the deal is you watch people or they come out with stuff and you're like, man, these guys are awesome. Like every shot they take is, they have practiced, they spent 1,000 practice tokens. I understand the whole practice token thing from Playdemic's perspective, because people are going to go out there and use whatever ball they're going to use out, and you have to, especially if you're using a special ball, because you need the side spinner, you need the top spin boost or whatever, and you're practicing the hole. You've got to use the same ball, otherwise you're not going to get, it's not helping you. Now you could go out there and bring out the bigger ball for the first, in the real round, and in a practice round you could just go out there and make sure that you put yourself in the right spot, because you're really trying to practice the second shot. That way you don't have to, but still you need to bring out the same ball. Get in the hole. Come on. Come on. That's my story all week, is I've been off to the, I suppose I could do what I did on the other hole, is I could set it up off, but we're gonna do this 3.2 rings. .2 rings. Somebody's here. 3, 2. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in. Still. I have been skirted on that side. I ran over the hole. I think I spoke wrong earlier. I didn't hit the flagpole. I rolled over the cup in between the edge of the cup and the flagpole, because I had 2 full topspin on it. It was just a little bit too fast. But that's the closest I've got all week. Nothing in the hole. But that right there is the story of my week. Everything's off to the left. No matter whether I add wind on or take wind off. I mean, I took a shitload of wind off right there. I hit mid club when I was at max, and I took off 10%. All right, all right, all right. Now this hole right here is an absolute freaking must. I need a power 3 ball. All right. Let me think about it. Let me look at it and let me. Okay, I do not want to get greedy. Hey, what is the deal? There we go. I do not want to get greedy here. And when I say I don't want to get greedy on this hole, what I'm talking about is you can get a run where you're here, you got your second bounces here, and then you're you're trying to get a rough bump and you're trying to roll out right towards the cup to go for the hole-in-one. The problem with that is that where the second bounce is. If you hit a great to the right, you're in the rough. If you hit a great to the left, you're fine. It'll struggle to get out of the rough over here and get out, but you more than likely, if it's a one ring great to the left or a perfect, you're fine. But what I want to do is not go for the hole-in-one, because I don't need a hole-in-one. I just need an eagle and set myself up more in the center. So I got my first bounce here, I got my second bounce here, and then my third bounce coming through the rough, and then I missed the cup off on that. If I hit a great to the right, it actually gives me the shot at the hole-in-one. If I hit a great to the left, I'm really going to struggle getting out here, but I've got so much topspin on that it will typically get out. And so I'm kind of opening it up so that all three, if I don't hit it perfect and I hit a great to the left or the right, I still have that opportunity for it to get to the right spot. The other way I could help myself, because I think I am pulling back a little bit from the red line, is I could bring out a precision ball so that I hit perfect, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think I need to. I say that now, and when I'm done, I'm like, oh fuck! I should have brought out a precision ball. All right, Titan, the king of balls, or excuse me, kingmaker, the not king of balls, the secondary. It's the kingmaker, but it's not a Titan. Kings are mortals. Titans are in the godly deal. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking at these precision balls and I'm just thinking to myself, do I really need a precision ball? I'll tell you, hitting perfect here would be awesome. I'm going to bring one. I got 6 and we only need, if I played this ball in one hole in a round, every hole I'd need 5 of them. I usually only use precision balls on the weekend round, so let's make sure we hit. Okay, here we go. Finding an opponent. That's okay. I was a couple tournaments ago. I got into the weekend round. I played 5 precision balls in the weekend round, and I hit 4 of those shots not perfect. If there would have been a barn in front of me, I couldn't have reached out and touched it. That's how bad I was hitting that day. Okay, 2.9, 2.65 rings. .65. Dead center perfect. Bounce number 1, bounce number 2, clip the rough. Excellent. Excellent. That works for me. Woo! All right. See if my opponent can get where they want to get. That's what I'm talking about right there, where if you set it up where my opponent's got it, that second bounce, like I would take a little bit of that right-hand side spin off and try and straighten it out and give myself a little bit of room, because with that club, if they hit a great to the right, they take a really big risk of it ending up in that rough. And they hit a great to the left, so they should be fine. If they had enough topspin on there, they should be fine with that. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But a great to the right there, they could have had some issues. Perfect. And that would have been every bit of one ring great to the left. From that distance, it still would have went in, but I'm glad I brought a precision ball. The deal is that I'm at where I'm at as far as score goes. So if I've had a really good round, and if somebody beats me, I'm beat. You know, like, hey, congratulations to them. They just were on their game. But I've been trying to shoot a 34 all week, and that was my goal. And I think if I get an eagle on the last hole, I've shot a 34. So we'll see where a 32 puts me in the ranks. I think I should be in the top 10 right now, but I have, like I said, I don't know what's at the top. But I'm assuming that there's something monstrous at the top. That's what I'm assuming. We will see. Yeah, shit, we're not even. And what do they got me on? They got me on tiebreakers right there. Ah, they played 18 holes. That's what they beat me on. All right. Last hole. Now, I made this from the sand on the front. And I was almost to the spot that I'm trying to get to. I think I might have been in the sand right there. No, I think I was in the, trying to think. I was in the rough right here. Let's think about where I got. I got to right there. And it was almost wanting to get there, and it just didn't have enough. If I'd have put a little bit less topspin on, I would have ended up in the fairway right here if I'd had a little teeny bit more. But the deal is, if I'd had a little teeny bit more, you go, oh, if you had a little bit more topspin, you'd have rolled out. On a shot like this, you're trying to get everything to go to the left. And the more topspin you put on, the more it's straightening your shot out. And so it made it difficult. I actually needed to put on a little bit less topspin so that I could have ended up right here and not tried to mess with this stuff up here. I suppose where I hit back here, if I'd hit a little bit to the left, then my trajectory would have been right, but let's think. What did I bring out on the front? I think I brought out a Grim Reaper ball. The Grim Reaper, I did. Is that it? No, that's a Bloodsucker ball. Where is the Grim Reaper? Power. Let's do power. Power. Power and side spin. Is that the? No, I didn't bring out one of those. I have an affinity for not using those. Which ball did I bring out? The ball I brought out had more side spin than what I've been doing. I got one of those. Maybe I did bring out. Maybe I did bring out one of those. That's only got 4 side spin. I brought out a ball that had more side spin. So that must have been what I brought out. Must have been. I think this is the Grim Reaper ball, right? Yep. All right, we'll select it. Now let me think. I've been doing 10% times the wind divided by 1.2. All right. Now on the second shot, I'm doing a rough bump. Okay, just thinking, man, hold on 1 second. All right, I guess that's it. All right, here we go. Getting out on the course. Maybe I can get an opponent. Pokey, Idaho. Ida Pimp. I'm going to put on 4 topspin. Okay, that's where I started. I'm coming over 2. I'm going to come over just a little bit more than what I've been coming over. And I'm going to leave that wind on because that wind is like literally pushing me straight forward into the deal. I'm going to come to right there. And I'm going to put 5 topspin on. Hitting it perfect. Almost made it over. I moved it over to the left to try and give myself a little bit better run at the fairway, and I moved it over just a little too much. Arrrrg! That was there. Dang it. All right, we got a great shot. If I hit this perfect, this is going in the hole. I would love to make double albie on this hole. Especially since I didn't give myself a shot on that other one. All right, where am I at? There's max. There's mid. There's quarter. I am in the like the 16 per ring range. So 5 divided by 16.3 of a ring. If I get lined up with the wind. Oh, I would have loved to have hit that perfect. Arrrrg. Arrrrg. All right. We're going to find out whether a 34, like so far in my rounds, I've got a teammate that that has somebody in their bracket that's got a 40. So, I mean, like some of these brackets are monstrous. I have no expectation of being up at the top, but I would like to get a banner on it. Anything in the top 5 will be fine. With the limited amount of practice I had this week, I feel pretty good about it. There's a lot of these holes that are pretty straightforward, the par 4s especially. where you can pick shots up. Dang it. Dagnabbit. I had a look at it. Still got work to do though. This round is not over yet. Now it's over. All right. So 34, that's the best round I've had all week. I peaked in the weekend round, which is always my goal. I always want to get my best score of the week in the weekend round. And get better as the week goes along instead of peaking. I hate it when I peak. You shoot some monster score in the qualifying round and it's like, man, it's all downhill from here. So anybody want to make any bets? Like, we'll make bets. What do you think? Where do you think? I'm thinking that I'm going to be 5th. I'm hoping that I'm higher than 5th, but my expectation is 5th. 2nd. Look at that. And they had, I'm sure it's qualifying round. What do they got me beat by? They shot a 31 in the qualifying round. There was some shots in the qualifying round I just could not, or in the opening round, excuse me. In the opening round, I was just not even close to being on my game. Couldn't hit the shots that I needed perfect in the hole. Dang it. All right, there you have it. So far, holding at 2nd. Let's see how many people are down here. Let's check out the Gabrina. Look at those. Sporting some jewelry right there. Yes, they are. Nice round. 1, 2, 3, 4 Albies on the 4 Albies in the weekend round. How many did I get? 4 Albies in the weekend round. Picked it up a little on the back. The one hole that really is the killer is this hole right here, hole number 6. That hole, all you got to do is get it through the tree and get up there and hit it perfect, and you're in the hole. And I did not get through the tree. Well, I did get past the tree, but ended up in the sand. That's any of the. You can go through your round, and like any of those shots that you drop that you're like, you know, like I should have had that. All I had to do was get to the right spot, and from that spot, you're damn near in the hole. Those shots, all of those drop shots, come back to haunt you. Let's see if there's anybody down here that's on a run. That still hasn't finished their round yet. New dice. 13 at 20. What does that work out to? If they went 2, 4, 6, 8, that'd be 30. 9, 10, that'd be 32. Yeah, it looks like we might have a shot. The only person that we might have a shot at sticking at 2nd. Tied for 1st in the weekend round and lost due to tiebreakers. That's how it works. Those tiebreakers are important. That's why I always like to, if I'm looking at I've seen 33s in my brackets this week and trying to hit a 34 to try and get one ahead of everybody and somebody else matching up. That is fantastic, Gabrina. Good round jam. We'll see if those scores hold up. If they do, 2nd place. Get my 30 berserkers and move along little doggy and replace a bunch of these kingmakers that I used. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. I appreciate it. About half the people that watch the channel aren't subscribers, so if you like the content, subscribe. I'm going to take a look at what we have coming up. We have the 4th of July tournament starting tomorrow because we have tournaments every fucking day of the week. Sorry, excuse my that's not French, that's Lithuanian. No days off. I will go look at it and we'll see what the deal is. Thanks for watching. Be safe, have fun, my friends, and I will see you on the next one.